You know, I normally don't do this. I haven't posted any reactions to any of the Bleach trailers yet, but I decided I wanted to change that. I wanted to get more active with making more Bleach content, as well as I have a big Bleach video coming up very soon. So you know what? Let's get a look into some of the new stuff that they're going to show off with Bleach with, I believe, Nelliel got announced today. So let's see what my girl Nelliel gonna be doing. Well, we looking at Nelliel. And I'm actually past this arc. I'm going to mention it in another video. I'm going to talk more about it, but I recently got into Bleach really heavily. I'm right before the 1,000-year Blood War now. Okay, Spiritual Pressure 1. You know, we're just going to look through this first before we comment. Okay, pretty simple. It's a charge attack, maybe?
Please, you two.
Oh, she calls the boys out! To do a settle. And this, if I'm not mistaken, this is like the first time she's been in a Bleach game in a hot minute. Ooh! She got the move! Nah, this is fire. This is fire. Everybody's been looking forward for her to coming to a Bleach game because she hasn't been in one in so long. Alright, it says the former Tres Espada who went back to her previous form. She can let out all of her accumulated strength in a single burst. Based off what it's saying here, her goal is to, I'm going to guess, maybe take damage, and the damage that she takes converts into the damage that she puts out, or she's going to have the ability to just charge her attacks as a whole. We'll be able to see right now. All right, for Spiritual Pressure 1, we have Vento de Esperanza. Nelliel charges to the opponent, and if the thrust hits, the attack delivers into a continuous attack. Since an additional attack can be utilized by using the signature move gauge, it is advised to accumulate the gauge for an optimized attack. So she has a unique gauge mechanic that allows her to build up energy, which will allow her attacks to deal additional damage. That's something that's going to be really unique and really good for her, which is something that I really like when it comes to the characters in Bleach Rebirth of Souls. They all have these very unique meter mechanics and unique properties to them that make them a lot more interesting than most common arena fighter characters, which, if you guys haven't seen, I did a recent video about a month ago going over why I think Bleach Rebirth of Souls is going to be a bigger game than what most people think. And I stated in that video that I believe this because this game is more than your average arena fighter and it's much closer to an actual traditional fighting game. But if you guys want to know more about that, definitely check out that video. For her signature move, Cadena, holding input increases the ability gauge. The accumulated gauge will be used when a spiritual pressure move is utilized, causing an additional attack. So she overall essentially has a key charge. She's able to increase her gauge whenever she wants. So if you're going to be playing against Nelliel, you don't want to give her space, allowing her to charge up, or she's going to be actually dishing out a lot more damage than you want her to. It's also saying that when she charges up, some of her moves are also going to have like just additional moves tied to them, so maybe an extra follow-up depending on probably the level of how high she brings her gauge, which I wonder if her gauge is just one big full bar where it's only one level, or maybe she has multiple charge levels to them that allow her moves to have different types of follows depending on what charge level she is. That's what I'm really interested on, to seeing if they actually were a little more crazy than we expected with her, but we'll have to wait and see once we actually get a little bit more gameplay, which I believe we are getting some footage at Jump Festa next month. And then we have Spiritual Pressure 2, Cero Sincritico. I'm terrible with these Latin words, so bear with me. Summon Pesci and I usually just call it Dando, but summon Pesci and Dando to fire an oversized Cero. It has a particular long range and high damage, but it takes time to fire. So because this move is going to be slower than your normal Cero, it's going to be doing a lot more damage and going further, which is actually pretty good, which also means more than likely that you're probably going to be able to hit her or hit them to destroy it, prevent it from going off, or at least you might be able to dodge it. The greater thing that we're going to need to know is that if this move is going to have any form of tracking to it, because if it does, it's going to make Nelliel pretty dangerous at ranges too, which definitely means that you don't want her to again get any distance on you, because you don't want her to charge against you and you don't want to get hit by this big Cero, especially if if it has some form of a little bit of tracking abilities. And then of course we have her awakening. By Nelliel releasing her Gamaza with Resurrection, her attack motion changes, making it easier to gain an advantage that utilizes long range attacks from outside the opponent's attack range. Does it mean like the actual animations of the move change? Or yeah, that kind of confuses me a bit. Her attack motion changes. I'm guessing what this means is that since she's in a different form, she's going to have alternating ranges that normally what her attacks look like in her regular form. They're going to be similar, but they're going to be covering, they're going to have different animations that essentially do the same thing before, but because they look slightly different, they're going to essentially trick your opponent up because maybe they're going to reach further than normal, or it's going to be a lot quicker than what it originally was, something like that. She's probably going to be able to like leap moving forward to make the range essentially a bit more deceptive than what it gives off, which I actually like. I think that's going to make her a very interesting character. She's actually pretty simple, really straightforward, but she's definitely going to be getting the job done, and I honestly can't wait to see what more they have in store with her. If you guys don't know, a lot of these characters don't get their full description and breakdown within these trailers. There's a lot more to their kits than what these trailers give off. These trailers are essentially just designed to give you a preview of how these characters are going to go. There's also an actual official Japanese website for these characters that has some breakdowns on them and give you essentially extra detail on them, but you're going to be doing it in a whole separate video of covering some of the characters if you guys want to see that. They don't immediately update it as soon as the trailers come out. It normally takes about a day or two for them to add the new characters on that website, so I'll definitely make a separate video for you guys to see and let you know all about it. But that's going to be the end of today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know how you guys are feeling about Nelliel, as well as if you guys want me to react to all of the previous Bleach trailers I've missed. I've seen some of them, I haven't watched all of them, but I'm super excited for Bleach Rebirth of Souls, as that's probably my most anticipated game for next year. I think it's going to be amazing. Tamsoft is doing a really good job so far with the game, and I can't wait until we get to see our next gameplay reveal for it within the next few weeks at Jump Festa. But I appreciate you guys, all the love and support. Remember to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and also remember to believe in you that believes in yourself. I'll see you guys in the next one.